So let's continue now with the imperative tense of the verb amar. Okay? The imperative tense in Spanish has two conjugations, one for the affirmative and one for the negative. Why is that? Because there are two of the subject pronouns or persons that have a different conjugation for affirmative and for negative, and those two are ama tú, right, and no ames tú, and amad vosotros and no améis vosotros. Okay, this is you singular and you plural, right? The others are the same. You can see ame, no ame, amemos, no amemos, amen, no amen, and amen and no amen, right? So the others remain the same for the affirmative and for the negative. The only difference is that they add the word no, that is a negation, right? That would be the do not, okay? So for affirmative we say ama tú, you love, right? Imperative, it's a command. Ama tú, ame él or ame ella. Amemos nosotros, we love, or let us love, right? A command. Amad vosotros, amen ustedes, amen ellos. And for the negative would be no ames tú, no ame él, or no ame ella, no amemos nosotros, no améis vosotros, no amen ustedes, and no amen ellos, right? This would be they do not love, like would be a command for they, for the person they, right? It sounds really awkward to be giving a command to somebody that we're not referring to directly, right? For they, for example. So remember, affirmative and negative, these two persons, these two conjugations are different, right? Ama tú, no ames tú. Amad vosotros, no améis vosotros. See how the ending changes for the affirmative and for the negative, for the affirmative and for the negative, okay? So this pattern applies for all the other verbs, right? When you conjugate any verb to the imperative, right? So remember this pattern. The ending, this will be the ending, right? For the affirmative imperative, yeah? And remember how these two will differ in the present, in the affirmative and in the negative, right? So I wanted to tell you something else. Anyway, so remember when we talk in imperative, right? Since it makes no sense to give an order to oneself, right? We cannot give a command to ourselves, or we can, but it's awkward, right? So that's why when we conjugate in the imperative form, we do not begin with the person, with the subject pronoun I, right? We always begin with the subject pronoun you. We don't say yo ame. We begin with ama tú, right? And we omit the first person of the singular. That's what you will find whenever you try to find the conjugation of the imperative form in Spanish, and I think it's the same in any other language as well. So this is the end of this lesson, and well, I hope this is useful for you, and we will keep on learning new verbs and new conjugations. Every time I will be giving you a new letter from the Spanish alphabet, okay? So I hope I see you in the next lesson. Goodbye.